And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority on that play.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Here we go.
Ryan. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing again, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Ryan will throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it when the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he spins past him and into space. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, Ryan. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Ryan. And that'll be incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw again is Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Easy, easy, easy. Hey, 5 on the 50.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ready. Blue ready.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now Ryan down around the goal line. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
And he's able to get it out of there. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now, Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
To throw is Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Hey, wait.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Telvin Smith in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. A quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. From the left side, it's complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 44 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Jameis now on 1st down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Let's go, Mike, 59. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Sonic!
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now it's Ryan. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey. Bravo, okay? 80's yours. Defense, let's go. Pick it up, kid. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Let's see it. Sonic.
A first down throw for Winston. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down, Winston. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. In for the score. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Everyone got four. Ready. Black 25 is a hunt. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, you got three. Hey, sub.
And they'll run it here. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Four down. Alert. Hey, 5 on the 50.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got this down to the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, Winston. Space to run past the 20. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We got 3. We got it. Ready, Blue 80.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Watch 2, watch 2.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
3 down.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So out come the Bucs now. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
And they'll go on the ground. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this out past the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Fights through and now a crease. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 88 yards. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll run it here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And they'll go on the ground. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Matt Bosher now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's it, baby. All right, guys, up tight. 4 down, check.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Buccaneers, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.